Jesse Zuma.
No. Not
Jesse, congratulations. For Moy or Coach Stick, what happened with Siya? Obviously, I know he wasn't training on Wednesday with the stiff neck. But I mean, you guys could have announced on Thursday he's not playing whatever. Why last minute? Because he was at the captain's photo shoot, whatever. But why the last minute?
Yeah, I think that's, you know how we operate as a team. You know, we always try to give players the best opportunity for them to be probably 100% on Saturday when we go to the game. But I think Siya's is just a stiff neck, you know. So I don't think there's a need for us to take a risk, you know. Chances are by the time we go to the kickoff of the game, probably Siya, that neck will be probably loose and probably 100%. But I think for this game, that's why we always say whenever we plan, you know, we always try to also build more leaders in our team. And as you can see now, next to me we've got Uchawe, which is congratulations. Jesse. We've got Jesse as our captain. He's always been there as a leader, you know. So I think it was an easy call for us to make, you know. So we don't want to push Siya. It's only just I don't think it's a major thing. It's just a stiff neck. So we don't want to take a risk there. But once again, I think I'm excited to see Jesse's leadership skills. He's always been there, you know, vocally and leading by example. So for him to get an opportunity to lead the team, I think it's something that is great. And once again, congrats, Jesse.
Jesse, how do you feel about the job that you've had?
Yeah, I'm extremely excited and honoured. I think not much changes for me. I think we've all got our roles in the team, and I think the big thing in this Springbok team and in the environment is about taking ownership in your role, and I think that in itself kind of sets you up to develop as a leader and to become a leader. And whether you've got 100 test matches or the guys that are playing their first games, you know, they're all leaders in their own ways, and they take ownership of what they need to do in the team. And I think that in itself over the years has helped me to develop. And I've been surrounded by really strong leaders in Siya, Eben, Andre. I mean, I can go on and name a lot of guys. So been very fortunate to watch their example and learn from them. But yeah, I think tomorrow not much changes, and I'm just really excited for the challenge.
Jesse, you walked an incredible journey with the Boks, and you know, back in the day making a debut, and you difficulty of the 2019 injury, and then winning World Cup 23 and how you captain. Just some thoughts on the highlights leading to this moment in your career, being now Springbok captain.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of rugby. I think it's not always smooth sailing. There's lots of ups and downs, and I think you learn a lot about yourself in those tough times. And I think it forces you and it allows you to grow as an individual, as a person, and also become a better teammate. And I think those tough times have probably been the times that I've actually learned to enjoy the most, because you learn a lot about yourself. You learn how special this team is and how people help you through those tough times, and it makes the good times and winning World Cups and all of that stuff so much special. So I'm very grateful for all those times, and yeah, hopefully there's a lot more good times in the future.
Just your leadership style, sorry. What would you say? Are you a big talker? Do you lead by example? You get some captains who talk a lot, others who are just quiet, but you know, guys follow.
Yeah, I don't think I'm the biggest talker. I think obviously with the defence, I've always been quite vocal when it comes to defence, because that's obviously my point and my pressure point in the team. So yeah, like I said, we're so fortunate. I mean, if you look at the team this weekend, you've got guys like Lutz up front, Malcolm. I can carry on naming so many guys. You've got in the back line, you've got Damien next to me, who's played so many test matches. I mean, he could have easily led the team, and he will be very influential in leading tomorrow, you know. And then you've got Cheslin, Kirtley, who are in their own rights great leaders on the field. So I'm so fortunate to have strong leaders right throughout the 23. And it just makes it so much easier for everyone to go out there and kind of execute their role and do what they need to do.
Stephen?
Jesse, obviously, being captain of the Springboks really puts you in almost like the Hall of Fame, if you know what I mean. It's really a special honour. So, when were you told that the task might be yours,
Yeah, so Siya obviously got a bump to his neck. I think it was on Wednesday, Tuesday. So I was obviously vice captain for the weekend, and then yeah, it was like Coach Stick said, medically they were going to give him up until the game. So in your head, that probably would have been what would have happened, and so yeah, I think it was just said to me yesterday that I would be captain for the weekend, which I was really and happy, kind of happy to take that role. And initially I was, obviously it's a big honor, and I was probably a little bit nervous, but very excited about it as well, and very keen to get out there tomorrow and lead the team.
I think on the captaincy thing, Steve, is that I know one thing for sure. He didn't see it coming. There's one thing that I enjoy about how we operate in our system is that players first they play to they train and they work hard to be in the team first before they become captains. So I think that's one thing that I enjoy about probably even Jesse. Even if he's not in the match 23, he always puts the work. He always makes sure that he helps the team. And like I said again, we could have maybe probably give Siya an opportunity to recover probably until today, and but once again, that's not how we operate, because we want to make sure that we coach the players. So if Siya misses the Wednesday session where he didn't train, so we feel like, what, he probably didn't tick the box when it comes to how we want to defend on Saturday, so, and Jesse has been there, from since we started with our camps, and he also went through one of the toughest fitness tests, so yeah, I think that's the most important thing for us. We have to make sure that we coach the players before they go to the game on Saturday. So I think it was an easy call for us to make, and we know Siya is very vital in our system and how we operate, and a great leader. But once again, I think that's one thing that we enjoy about the selection that we've got with Jesse. Even if he's not in the match 23, a lot of people don't understand what he went through. You spoke about 2019 when Lukanya was probably a first choice 13, but he was probably one of the team members, one of the best members in our system. So I think that is one thing about his story as a leader. That's something that we enjoy as coaches.
Yeah, it's an interesting team to lead because like Jesse spoke about all the leaders in the team, and you always get this sense that the team has got this innate sort of drive. So it's an interesting sort of team to lead from that point of view. I guess you don't have to say much to them.
I think that's probably the plan. Everyone will lead in their departments, and it will make hopefully the job a lot easier for myself.
Jesse Kriel from Tamil from SABC Sports. Coach, so just a word to man, obviously now you would have seen how the Barbarians will shape. Coach Rassi also said that you guys couldn't obviously do a lot of work on them during the week. You know how open they'll probably play with freedom. What little can you draw from how they're looking at the moment on paper in terms of how they'll probably shape out on the field?
Yeah, I think, Tanda, if you look at the X factor around that team, they've got brilliant individuals in the team, and then also looking at the guys like Talia and what they're going to bring with Setutu. You've got also Ruben from South Africa who really understands how we operate, and I know one thing for sure, you'll probably physically be psyched up for this game, because he was close to also make our squad, and but once again, I think from my side, if I look at the Barbers and the way they've probably selected their squad, it's actually what we need, because if you say you want to test your systems, it's always easy sometimes, because you know what you're going to be facing against New Zealand, Australia. It's easy for us to analyze the team, but we don't know what to expect from these guys. But there's one thing for sure, that they gonna probably give us a tough challenge, because of, once again, we don't want to coach, if I can put it this way, we don't want to coach donkeys. Sometimes when you operate with donkeys, you put blinkers, and that's how they operate. But when it comes to Barbers, you're going to be playing with guys that you don't know what to expect. So our players will have to make sure that they make good decisions in the field, and they will be wise and scan around the field. So I think that's the nicest thing when it comes to starting with a game like this. They're going to challenge our systems, and once again, we always try to empower the players to make good decisions on the field. So I think we're going to be challenged. That's one thing I enjoy about this game.
Linton Resta?
Thank you. Sticker, maybe through you, Jesse, as well as the captain. Just over 42,000 tickets sold in this rainy weather of Cape Town. Shows that the Cape Town people are list for the Bokke, and then Jesse, just managing that expectation from the crowd. They want to see you guys play rugby. How's that going?
I think the crazy thing about me is that even during our off-season time, you know, what people they always say, when are you guys playing again? You know, and so they miss the Black Fridays, you know, and we enjoy the vibe, you know, and we know one thing for sure: we don't take our positions for granted, you know. We know when rugby comes back, the vibe and the energy in the country, it brings positive energy, you know. And once again, I think the biggest challenge for us is taking from where the Proteas have left, you know. We've watched them playing in London at Lord's against Australia. They did great, very well, so it's good to see now. Even also when you look at a team like Bafana, you know, the way they've been performing, I think as a country, sport-wise, you know, you look at Banyana with Coach there, she's also doing very well. So I think it's always nice for us to get that opportunity also when we can make a difference in our country. I know one thing for sure, people think it's all about what happens between the four lines, but you know, when it comes to rugby, it's a massive impact in our game and in our country. It brings positive energy, so hopefully we can continue to make sure that we bring that positive energy in our country. And yeah, we're looking forward to make that difference. And I think my son also couldn't wait to just see the green pass. The past 2 weeks he's been making a noise about green pass, you know. So that's one thing that we enjoy and we don't take it for granted. So hopefully we can keep on making our people proud in South Africa.
Yeah, from my side, I think it's obviously so special to be involved in test matches again. It's as a player, you've got to understand that the guys, you wait your whole 6 months at your club. You want to perform well there to be involved. Yeah, this is what you live for as a player. You want to be involved in these kind of games and test matches. So guys, I think really embrace that responsibility, and I think everyone's really excited for tomorrow. We're obviously approaching this as a test match. It's the start of our season, a massive season for us as the Springboks, and I think it's a really important game with how we want to start off and set the tone for the season.
Guys, can I just